Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to AED's second general meeting. We have a lot of events, fun and exciting events planned for October. And we have a lot of updates to share with you guys as well. So before we get started with that though, all organizations on HBU are required to show a risk management video to all of their members. And this is just about entailing the safety of organizations on HBU and what different kinds of problems and risks can occur as we're functioning as an organization. So it just talks through about some of the ways which we can prevent those risks, and if by any chance something were to happen, everyone knows and is informed about what the steps are that we can take to take care of that appropriately. So we will be watching a video on that first. Okay.
Hey everybody, my name is Stacey Graham. I am the coordinator of clubs and organizations here at HBU. So I am working with your organization leaders to make sure that your group runs effectively and has fun, but while managing your risk. And so as I go through this PowerPoint, you may come up with some questions. Feel free to ask your org leaders, or you can also come to me. My email is sgraham@hbu.edu, and I'm happy to help answer your questions or find the answer to your questions if I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. These are the things you need to know being a member of an organization and how to manage your risk. And so as we go along, if you come up with questions, feel free to ask me anything. So hopefully you can see the PowerPoint in just a second. There it goes. So this is for fall 2020. So in 2007, the Texas legislature passed a bill mandating risk management training for all student organizations. So I am required to give you this training. And your org leaders are required to take it as well, and they've actually taken a longer version of this. HBU is legally obligated to provide this training to student organizations and advisors. Org leaders are responsible for providing this information to their student organization. So they are supposed to be playing this during your org meeting or requiring you to watch it. So these are a few of the things we're going to talk about today while you listen to this video. Quite a few things to go through, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. But really where it comes in is what is considered an organizational activity and or event. So the Department of Student Involvement recognizes events and activities that meet any or all of the following criteria as being student organizational activities: paid for by student org funds, approved by the Department of Student Involvement via Ad Astra, meaning that you're having an event on campus, using the HBU name or trademarks in the event or activity advertising and or marketing. So even if you're using your social media account and it has HBU in the name, that is considered an organizational event or activity, whether it's on or off campus, and anything that serves as recruitment activities for the student organization. So if you're trying to recruit more members and you're using that event, then it is considered an organizational activity or event on or off campus. So when dealing with allegations of student organization violations, HBU defines a university-related activity as any activity sponsored by HBU or by any organization recognized by the university. So you are a recognized organization if you're watching this video, and that means that you are open to be going through the conduct process as an organization. So the degree to which an organization is responsible is not necessarily dependent on the number of members, but rather when the act grows out of or directly related to the student org's activities or an environment created or knowingly permitted by the organization, when a member of an org or invited guest, so guests are included in this as well, even if they're not HBU students, is violating local, state, or federal law or HBU regulations, and other members present by failing to discourage such activity, tacitly condone the behaviors by not stopping the behavior they're a part of it and can be considered liable. In addition to the group being held responsible, members and officers may also be held responsible as individuals for their roles in any violation of university policy. Negligence occurs when someone has a duty to another person, breaches that duty, and the other person suffers harm as a result. So if you see something and you don't call it out or don't call it to attention and get it fixed, you are a part of that and can be held liable for negligence. Liability is who takes the legal responsibility. Liability can be assumed by your student org leaders, the organization as a whole, organization members, so individual members can be held liable as well, advisors in egregious cases, and HBU. So all of these groups or individual people can be held liable for something happening at an organizational activity or event. So what can you do to minimize your risks? When you're a part of an event, be very cautious, document any issues that you know, bring them to your organization leaders. If you want to be a part of that planning process, communicate that with them. If you are very risk averse and want to be a part of planning, let them know. You can check to see if your organization has insurance. Your organization leader should be producing properly drafted waivers for you to sign, and you should be trained and be given instruction regarding potential dangers associated with the event you're attending. So you are allowed to travel as an organization. This is approved by student involvement. There's a few forms that your organization leader needs to procure for us and make sure it's submitted in a timely manner. But all drivers must have a valid driver's license. Whoever is driving their personal vehicle must be at least 18, have a valid license, have valid insurance, registration, inspection. Anything that happens damage-wise to your vehicle is on your expense, and any fines or traffic violations are also on the driver or the members present, not on the university. Student orgs are also allowed to use our HBU vehicles, so if you are using one, that is definitely allowed. Non-HBU students are not allowed, so no guests. So alcohol and illegal drug offenses. It is the goal of HBU to provide an alcohol and drug-free environment so that you can live, work, and learn without a distraction, without anything illegal, without it not being sound of mind. And so we want to promote sobriety. Your organization should be doing that as well. If they are not, please report that to me and I will deal with that accordingly, depending on the situation. Just make sure you're documenting what's happening. There are consequences of using illegal drugs or abusing alcohol, whether you're a minor or you're of age and it's not happening at the appropriate time. Intoxication, meaning any alcohol at on or off campus events. So off campus is included, is a violation of the student code of conduct. So if your organization is having an activity off campus, that rule still applies. Now, if your organization, you end up being really close friends with them and you end up going out to a restaurant and it is not an organizational event or activity, then what you do is on your own. I would advise you not to do anything illegal, but if you are over 21 and you are going not with your organization as an event, but with people from it, then that is a different story. So do what you see fit for your own situation. So a few of these slides are about drug offenses and alcohol offenses. Know that these can be very expensive. So if you have if you're a minor and you attempt to purchase, possess, or consume alcoholic beverages, the penalties include all of these things, which, as you can see, are pretty, this is the smallest one of all of the ones I'm about to list, and so just that alone is pretty high. If you're 17 or older and it's your third offense to, like for a DWI, up to $2,000, jail confinement for up to 180 days, and a driver's license suspension. For adults and minors who sell or make alcohol available to a minor, penalties are even higher. So you can see these here on this slide. So just make sure you're being wise with how you are handling yourself. Your organization leader should never provide you alcohol or make that available to you, or
Oh, I am so sorry about that.
So in Texas, it is illegal for activity. So we have a zero tolerance for alcohol and drug use. So in Texas, it is illegal for a person under 21 to operate a motor vehicle in a public space while having any detectable amount of alcohol in their system. It's also included for watercraft, fun fact. But as you can see below too, there are quite a few fines associated with first, second, third offenses, and then if you're 17 or older, and these can add up pretty quick. So if you are struggling with any of these things and want to talk to somebody about it, if you want to reach out to me, I can put you in contact with some counselors or a counseling system at HBU to help you get the help that you need, because this can be very damaging to who you are and where you're going in life. So reach out to me or your org leaders if you need any help as well. So hazing refers to any intentional, knowing, or reckless act by one or more persons that occurs on or off campus and is directed against a student for the purpose of joining, being initiated into, or maintaining full status in a group. Such acts include, but are not limited to, any type of physical brutality, such as beating, striking, branding, sleep deprivation, exposure to elements, calisthenics, any activity involving the consumption of food, liquid, alcoholic beverage, drug, or any other substance, or any other activity that subjects a student to unreasonable risk or harm, or that adversely affects the mental or physical health or safety of the student, or any activity that intimidates or threatens the student, or that subjects them to extreme mental stress, shame, or humiliation. So there's a lot of things that can be considered hazing. So if you feel uncomfortable or pressured to do something in your organization by any means, please let me know. Hazing is a violation of both HBU policy and Texas state law, and may subject a violator to both criminal prosecution and HBU disciplinary action. So the consequences are very serious for hazing. So how do I know if it's hazing? If you're maybe just feeling uncomfortable, you're not sure, ask yourself the following questions. Does the activity add to the worth and growth of the individual? Would you be willing, or would your advisor be able to attend the activity? Would President Sloan be able to attend the activity? And can new and initiated members participate equally? Is this activity, or could it be written into new member education, shared with other organizations? Is that something you could use for other activities that you're doing around campus? If any of those you answered no, then there's a chance that you could be in a hazing activity. So you are, in all of these things, you are allowed to not participate in an activity if you feel uncomfortable. So there are certain membership requirements, but none of them should be considered hazing. They might have GPA requirements or other activities that you need to attend. But if there is something that you feel uncomfortable by all means, do not participate in that activity, and let your leader know that that's how you're feeling. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, let me know as well. So reach out to your advisor or the Office of Student Involvement if you're trying to determine if it was hazing or not. Harassment in Title IX. This is the really serious section. So what is Title IX? It is in addition to the Education Amendments in 1972. It deals with sexual harassment and assault, discrimination, sexual violence. So in all of this, consent is key. Both parties need to be aware, understand, and coherent, and agree throughout. No at any point is no. So how should you respond if you see or think that something is Title IX related, whether sexual harassment, discrimination, sexual violence? Report it. Follow the process. There is a process in place for Title IX reports. Seek support. So we have counseling services on campus. HBU police can handle reports like this in our health clinic, which isn't open in person this semester, but there are a lot of hospitals and places you can go around in the area and get taken care of. So our Title IX contacts are below: Sandra Mooney, John Holmes, and White Goodwin. And then any HBU faculty, staff, and university police can also help you get the help that you need. Types of harassment. So issues specifically affecting student organizations are verbal harassment, so innuendo, humor, jokes about sex or gender specific traits, or implied or blatant threats, demands to submit to sexual requests in order to keep a job or academic status or to avoid some other loss, derogatory comments, slurs, unwanted sexual advances, invitations or comments, or asking or commenting about someone's sexuality or sex life. The physical harassment, offensive contact, blocking movement, attempted or actual fondling or kissing, hugging, brushing against another body, or any other form of coerced sexual conduct, something that's unwanted. Nonverbal harassment, insulting, whistling, gestures, or leering. Visual or electronic conduct such as derogatory posters, cartoons, calendars, drawings, pictures, or text, whether disseminated through hard copy or electronically through email, internet, or other mediums. And then sexual assault is just any unwanted sexual activity. Sexual assault, harassment, or misconduct. So in all this, consent is key. So all of these, just anything that happens sexually without a person's consent, whether it's at the beginning, the middle, the end, if you change your mind, anything like that, that is where you need to speak up. And if something happens regardless of that, then that is definitely sexual assault, harassment, or misconduct. Stalking is also considered a form of sexual misconduct, something that makes you fear for your own safety. And it can be considered a felony under Texas law. So if you feel like you're being stalked, definitely call our campus police, and they'll be on the lookout. Just make sure to keep any and all details together so that you can create a correct report. So procedures for handling sexual assault: contact someone, don't not speak. So speak up to someone, the HBU police, the Office of Student Involvement with myself or my boss, one share. Advisor or trusted faculty or staff member. But in all this, confidentiality is important. So if someone tells you something, you are not obligated to never speak about it at all. I would advise you to tell who needs to know, and that could be the people I listed above. Just make sure that you're reporting things that you're seeing. So how you can report things is on your portal. You'll see a square or a button on there. It's called Advocate. And on there, you can make an anonymous report on behalf of someone, or it can be on behalf of yourself. And someone will reach out to that person anonymously or say, hey, here's some resources, or they'll deal with a conduct issue. So document the incident. If something happened, make sure to take notes right after it happened so you don't forget anything. Obtain an accurate history of the assault. Collect any physical evidence available, and seek medical attention if you need it. So don't not go to the hospital because you're afraid of what HBU or people might think. So these are some of our emergency contacts. So the emergency phone for HBU, so this will get you in touch with HBU police, and they will come immediately. It's 281-649-3911. The non-emergency phone is 3314. You can email our HBU police, dial 3911 on our call boxes or campus telephone, or you can use your Campus Shield app. So if you don't have the Campus Shield app, you need it. It will also give you alerts on any weather issues or campus closures, things like that. So like I was saying before, report anything that you see. So Advocate is a great way to do that. It's accessed through your portal, so every student has access to it. So crimes, hazing, alcohol, drug concerns, students of concern, sexual harassment, sexual violence, and discrimination, all those can be reported through the portal. So if you're even worried about your roommate or someone having maybe some mental health issues and they need some help, but you don't know where to go, please report it through Advocate. So these are also examples of student crises that can necessitate a phone call to your advisor or to student involvement staff at any time of the day or night. So all of these things can include that. So please call HBU police if you're on campus, because they are on call 24/7. I may not wake up to my phone, but I do want to be here for you guys. So please report things that you see. Call if there's an emergency. Don't assume that someone else will be calling for you. So fire safety and use of firearms. What can you do? Ensure that all facilities utilized by your organization meet all local fire and health codes. So if you attend an event off campus, if you want to make sure that your organization has checked that they're up to correct fire code, that's great. If there's a fire alarm, evacuate immediately. If you discover a fire, you can pull the fire alarm pull station and evacuate. Just make sure that you are taking care of yourself and you're going into safe spaces. Firearms are forbidden on all areas of campus of HBU. The only exception is properly credentialed police officers and law enforcement personnel who must notify HBU police of their presence in advance. If you have a weapon on campus, whether it's you're keeping it in your dorm or you're keeping it in your car and you're a resident, you can check it in to our police department and they will hold it for you. So I know one example is like if you're going hunting and you want to keep your firearm available to you, you can check it in and out from our HBU police station. So contact them if you have questions about it. If you have a weapon in your vehicle, make sure that it is locked, but also you are not allowed to handle it at all on campus, so don't touch it. So a final word, be careful, be safe, be appropriate, and have fun. So part of being a part of the HBU student body is that you have the great opportunity to make HBU your home. Like I said before, if you notice any issues, please let your leaders know. They will know who to talk to or which faculty or staff you can trust, but you can also reach out to me. I would love to help you. My email is sgraham@hbu.edu, Graham as in graham cracker. And so I want to help you figure out how to solve some problems that are going on in your life, or maybe someone that you know in a non-invasive way and I don't want to break confidentiality as well. But I hope that this video has helped you know how to manage your risk at HBU and being a part of a student organization. And I hope that you have a great year. If you have any issues, please reach out to me, but I hope to meet you soon. Okay, have a
Okay, sorry that was kind of long, but it was very important that you guys get to understand all of that information so you're more well prepared if you were to ever come across a situation like the ones discussed in the video. Okay, so a quick reminder, I know a lot of people have already submitted their dues, but they are due on the 9th of October, which is next week. That's the final days to submit your form and your dues. So for non-national members, cash payment is going to be $25, and for national members, it's going to be $10. And if you are paying by card, add $1 to the amount. So for cash, then it's going to be 26 for regular members, and then for national members, it's going to be $11. So you can pay your dues to Allie through the phone. And you can set up an appointment with her via email, or her phone number is provided on the slide. You can take a picture of it. Or if you want to pay in person, you can also contact her through the same methods and set up a time with her to meet. Okay, Olina, would you mind talking to everyone about the next couple of events?
Yeah, no problem. So we have adopted a nursing home. Due to COVID-19, nursing homes are not allowed to have non-daily visits. This leaves many residents feeling lonely. This campaign provides emotional support for the seniors across Texas through thoughtful letters. So what you have to do is simply write a letter. Please write legibly and include pictures or photos if you'd like. These letters are really to share, I guess, a story about yourself, share who you are to these people so that they can feel more comforted and feel less lonely. And be creative and stay positive. You are a source of comfort and strength for our residents and our staff. And also encourage family and friends to get involved too. This doesn't have to just be AD members only. If you have any friends or family who'd also like to write a letter, they are free to do so as well. Please avoid licking the envelopes if possible. Our facilities will also hold all mail for 24 hours for safety measures. And please address the letters to the following address in red. To receive an event point, take a picture of your letter and send that picture via email to Andrew, to Andrew, our secretary. And you can drop off these letters at the MDA or by the purple couches in Cullen Science. And this event has been extended for the due date to be October 31st.
And also just a quick clarification, I believe it's 2 letters for 1 point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The next little event that we'll be having is a care package. So these care packages will be going to the homeless. And inside each care package, please include at least 5 of the following items. And each person has to put their name on the bag to get 1 event point. And there will be drop-off centers as well, just like the letters around campus. And this event will be hosted from October 5th to the 31st.
And the boxes would probably be in the same location, so MDA and Purple Couches.
Well, we will also be having a food drive with the Houston Food Bank. We'll also have drop-off boxes around campus as well, MDA and Purple Couches. And two cans will be 1 event point. And this will be ongoing from October 19th to November 20th. And please send a picture of your cans to Andrew to have him count your event point.
Okay, so on Thursday, the 22nd of October at 6 p.m., we're going to be having another guest speaker who is a current pharmacy school applicant. His name is James Sagan, and he is going to be talking about his interview process, general advice about pharmacy school, what his application process was like, and also taking the PCAT, which is a very important exam. So be sure to tune in for that if you're interested in pharmacy, or even if not, it's going to be a very great and informative event to attend. So be sure to mark your calendars with that date. Okay, so we will be having another book drive, so basically this organization is called Books for Development, and it provides books for children in low-income countries. And we gather books from different locations where these drives are held, and then we ship them to these countries. So to receive credit for this book drive, please place 3 to 4 books in a bag. It can be any kind of bag, and have your name on there. And please drop them off at the MDA Purple Couch room. And again, there are going to be cardboard boxes there for you to do that. And this event has already started, actually. So it's from October 1st to the 30th. And once we have collected all the books, we will be dropping them off at the collection point so they can be shipped off. And again, 3 to 4 books is 1 service point. Okay, so these opportunities are not for AED points, but these are great opportunities that look great on your resume, and also are really good experiences that you can add to your application, and just to get experience in the healthcare field and volunteering activities. So the first one is called UN Volunteers, and it offers a variety of healthcare volunteering opportunities. And this is an online volunteering organization. So if you are struggling to find in-person opportunities right now, which it can be pretty difficult, then this is a great place to start. The second one is Missing Maps, which I believe is through Red Cross. And it basically just helps put poor and underdeveloped regions around the country on the map, so they can have like sufficient supplies and stuff delivered to them. The next one is Be My Eyes. So this is basically when you help out blind or low vision people with ordinary day-to-day things. And this is a very, very rewarding experience. So feel free to go to the website that's provided on here, and also be shared in the email that we send out after a meeting. Be sure to check out this opportunity. Then the last one is 7 Cups, which provides allows you to provide some virtual emotional support and therapy, and just talk with some people, and during this time where, you know, a lot more people are lonely and not having as much social interaction. So this is another great opportunity.
Okay, so we have some other upcoming events. So we'll be having a resume workshop on October 9th at 11 a.m. Mr. Swartz will be presenting some tips and tricks for building for your resume. We'll also be having an osteopathic medical student talk. So recent alumni, Angela Pham, will be talking about her application and medical school experience. She will also be telling of her journey of osteopathic medical school. So this will be on October 23rd at 10:30 a.m. And then we'll be having a post-bac MD PhD program talk with another alumni, Jacob Flores, who'll be presenting the post-bac program that he's currently in as well, and talk about other MD PhD programs you can be a part of after graduating. And that will be on October 30th at 11 a.m. And all these 3 events will count as one event point as well. And it'll be through the Zoom link as usual. And membership details and new point system. So if you haven't already, please take some time to create a time counts account. It's really quick. It probably only take you like 3 minutes to make. And this will allow you to keep track of your points and sign up for upcoming events. So if you wanted to see what upcoming events we've had for the following months, this is a great way to see what events there are. Let's see. So there are 2 categories of points, event points and meeting points. Obtain these points by participating in AED events and attending general meetings throughout the semester. You need 5 points in total, 1 meeting and 4 events to be an active member, and that's per semester.
Oh, and for a national membership, you will need 15 points over 3 semesters, but our application usually opens in the spring, so we will constantly be reminding you at our following meetings. Okay, so don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We are very active on there, and we post constant updates about events and reminders. So that's another easy way to make sure you don't forget if you've signed up for an event. So our Instagram handle is at HBU AED1. Also, please visit our website for helpful information. There is the form for membership on there as well. If you haven't paid your dues already, there's also a calendar which shows all upcoming events. So you can add them to your calendar or diary or whatever you keep track on. And then there's also some information about all of our officers and just some other general info. So be sure to check that out. And I also believe we have some recorded events uploaded onto the website. So if you missed any and would like to check them out, our website also has those uploaded. And also don't forget to join us on Remind. You can download the Remind app, or you can text at AED 202 to 81010, and we will be posting reminders about membership due dates and events and other important information through text messages. So that's another way you can be sure to keep track of everything.
So these are just some dates to remember. This is a quick little slide that has all of the events that will be taking place in October. So please feel free to screenshot or take a picture of this so that you can have a picture to see all the events. And please remember that membership dues are due on October 9th.
And we will also be sending out all of this information via email after the meeting, so don't worry if you missed anything.
Yes, and it will also be on the website, so you have various sources.
Yeah. All right, and I think that was our last slide. So if you guys don't have any questions, then we can end the meeting right here. If you do, please enter them in the chat and then we can address them. Oh, also to get credit for the meeting, the code word for this meeting is going to be HBU, and we will be sending out the survey through email after the meeting.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so if you do say multiple events and then you get more than 4 points, does it still count towards your total or no?
Yes, of course it does.
So because you say like you have to have 5 points per semester, so if you do more in that semester, that would be allowed?
Yes, of course. So it's a 5-point minimum. So you need to have at least 1 meeting point and 4 event points. But if you have more, that's obviously better.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're more than happy for you to attend as many events as you'd like.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Does anyone have any questions? If not, you guys are free to leave. Thank you again for coming to our second meeting. Sebastian, that's a great question. It is not case sensitive. Code is HBU. Nice and easy to remember. Thank you, Jennifer.
Hey, Garima, can I say something real quick?
Yes, of course.
Hi, everyone. This is Mrs. Raimondo. I was just going to let you guys know that me and Dr. Wingate are on the applicant evaluation committee. So we do get a say on your evaluation when it comes time for you to request for a recommendation letter from my office. And we do speak about all of our students when it comes to leadership. So the more things you do and the more things that you're involved in, not just in AED, but in all organizations and in the classroom, we do talk about it, and it does help when it comes to getting support and comments from other faculty when we write your letter. So I want everyone to keep that in mind as well when you are being more involved on campus. And of course, the more involved you are in AED, the more likely myself or Dr. Wingate can have additional comments for you guys in addition to the letter that we write for each individual student. And that's all I'm going to say. Y'all have a great evening, and I hope everybody has a great weekend.
Thank you, Mrs. Raimondo, for bringing that out. That is very, very important. The more you guys get involved, the better it is, not only for your experience, but also for your future applications. And so yeah, please do keep that in mind. Thank you again for coming. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and we really are looking forward to seeing you guys on some of our events we have planned.
Thank you for attending.